Thinkers and builders. Early this year, I met a lady who has built businesses with massive impact. One of them has trained more than 5,000 people across Africa. And that's none other than Miss Jennifer Shegoli, the CEO and founder of Arizona Vocational Training College and ELEA product. And today, I am looking forward to be educated by her on the 4 principles that she has applied to her business. And these principles have made her business grow beyond her imagination. Jennifer, we know you as an entrepreneur, as an educator. We know about the companies you have founded and how you are winning, but who is Jennifer?
In a nutshell, I would say Jennifer is a visionary educator. And when I say a visionary educator, it's something that is at the core of everything that I do. That I must reach to those whom I aim to serve. So professionally, I'm a lawyer and I'm an entrepreneur for the past 10 years. I've been in the entrepreneurship space, but also I'm an activist when it comes to issues related to women, youth, and children generally. So when it comes to community service, you'll find Jennifer. When it comes to entrepreneurship, you'll find Jennifer. And when it comes to education, you also find Jennifer. And all of the 3 brings to the core of what I stand for, impact. Because in everything that I do, that's the end goal. I want to see the results. I want to see the outcome. If it's a program, what does this program do to these people? If it's business, if it's a product, how does this product benefit these people? So I aim for impact in everything that I do.
And you studied law?
Yes.
And now you are an educator, entrepreneur, and an activist, impact-driven activist. Mm-hmm. How did you get to move from law to all this?
It's funny because even before law, and looking back, they say you connect the dots looking back. Mm-hmm. I think I've always been an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I've always been an entrepreneur, but I grew up in a place where there was now entrepreneurship. So it was professional. And the reason I chose law, because I always loved working with people. I loved people. I still love people. I love people. So I really love working with people. And business, entrepreneurship, you interact with people. And I've always been into different programs since I was in school. I've been a girl guide. Once a girl guide, always a girl guide. I've been to community-based, groups, roots and shoots, you name it. I've been into all those. So I really loved working with people. And when I was choosing now which career I wanted for myself, I chose law. First of all, I knew I would go back to the community because when it comes to law, there's so many issues that people need, legal aid. Mm-hmm. So, and the funny part is, before I did law, I did international relations and diplomacy. And then there...
Undergrad?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, I did it on a diploma level. Uh-huh. I did at SEFAR. And then after that, I did law. All that was to prepare my package that, okay, I want to do it here, but I want to remove borders in my head. Oh. I want to explore because international relations, if I don't practice here, then I can practice, somewhere else. So that also prepared me to, remove borders in my head. And after I graduated, I practiced a bit.
For how long?
For like months, 6 months, 8 months there. Mm-hmm. And I found myself going back to the community, to entrepreneurship, because I've always done something. As I said, I've always done something. I had like small businesses. I used to sell beads in school. I used to sell sweets. I used to sell all these tiny things. And during my break, when I finished high school, I opened a business, and I was washing carpets. So it was a cleaning business.
How old were you?
I was like 16, 17, yes. So I opened that, of course, under the help of my mother. I was like, there's a need of people are looking for people who are washing carpets. And how did I arrive into that? There was a place, the very first Turkish coming, there was a place called Ozendi. They had big machines. So what I did, I just took like a flyer, went to the stationery saying we're washing carpets. And then I didn't have a phone. I put my mother's number.
Okay.
And then I went to Morocco, just giving it out to people, during the traffic. So I gave it out to people. And she was at work and people are calling her like, do you wash carpets? But that was also my first ticket to having a phone. She came home. I'm like, this whole day people are asking me if I wash carpets. And I said, yeah, I put your number. I don't have a phone. I wasn't allowed to have a phone by that time. So she said, okay, so how do you do it? She also became interested. I said, okay, when somebody calls, I take their carpets to us and then I get my commission. So entrepreneurship has always been with me in that way. And even when I started practicing, I didn't really feel I was in the right space. And I was looking for ways on how am I going back to the community through entrepreneurship. And along the way, one of my friends, her sister had one of the first cleaning companies also. So they went to clean houses and whatnot. Then I tagged along. When I tagged along, and she was really complaining, saying, you know what, we don't really have detergents. They're quite expensive and whatnot. So it's something that I was hearing her, complaining in her business. So, and that became my very, very first business. When I stepped out of law, I went to learn soap making, detergent making, so that I can have a brand that's competitive in the market and save people like her.
So that means that it's a proof that if we let children start exploring at a very young age, they can come up with solutions and even make business out of it.
Definitely.
Yeah, because most of the time we're like, focus with school and everything is calculated. They don't find time to become adventurous, I would say.
Definitely.
How was your childhood?
My childhood, generally, I was a proactive person. I think I still am. I had so much energy. And I thank God for my parents, my dad, to just keep me on the check, keep me on track. Hey, this is, just someone to keep you on the right track. And I understand, as I said, I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial space. Everybody had a career. And all of the examples that I had the examples of people who have failed. So when I love this so much, someone would just throw an example. Do you see your uncle so-and-so and so? Where will business take you? Where will this thing take you? You need to focus. You need to read. You need to, have this...
study, get certificates, get employed, live life like that.
Yes, get a job, get this, go into this professional, go into that. And at some point, I was just forcing my way through in the sense that I understood like, okay, nobody understands, because for me, it was a game. At some point, it was a game. I would go to Kariako with my uniforms, buy, if it's bracelets, kacha. Do you remember kacha? Your people. Yeah. We used to call them your people.
Yes.
Buy them and sell them to someone. I would add a 50 shilling.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so when you take something and somebody wants something, they give you money, then you have money. I found myself always having money under my campus. So I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. It's not boring because I get to talk to people. I get to meet people. I get to show someone what I have. I get to interact with people. So being told that you have to like sit here, focus here, be here. And as you said to parents, not every child is the same. Not every
child
some
is the
children,
same.
There's some kids who go through that, but they can sit, they can do that, they can focus on that, they can. But there's us who are like, woo, fire. Like, I'm here. I want to do this. I want to explore this. I want to do this. I want to try this. So that's how I grew up. I've been to many, many programs. I volunteered. I just loved, being part of being part of something, doing something. Yes,
and
doing
something meaningful.
Exactly. I love to see, like, okay, I did it. This, this came out. There was, at some point, I used to make korosia. Do you know korosia?
What is it?
How do you... for those who are they call crochet.
Oh, yes, crochet.
The needle. So we used to make them out of spork, bike spork.
Yes.
Yeah, you would go to a garage, they'll give you that, then you make them, and then you go sell them for 50 shillings.
You used to sell them?
Yes,
We were just playful with it, and that's it. We never thought about money, business, nothing.
I used to sell them. Somebody, Jennifer, make it for me. I used to sell them.
Yeah.
And one time I was really proud of my father because I had like 5 of them making. And me being the first girl in my home, you are expected to be like, hey, come do this. Come to the kitchen. Come do this.
Yeah.
So one time my father was pressing and one of my aunts was calling, no, stop that. Come to the kitchen. Come do this. Come do that. And he said, no, she's doing something. She's making something.
Wow.
And I was so relieved, like, okay, so you guys see what I do.
Yes.
But it wasn't as significant as somebody would consider to fully support you, saying, okay, maybe there is a business here. Maybe she's seeing an opportunity here. Yeah.
There's I call them neighbor nieces in my neighborhood, the kids that are my dear friends. And then I gave them a bracelet making set. It's full of things, and they made their own bracelets. But this one neighbor niece, her name is Abby, she came the following week and told me, I need to make more. I was like, why do you need more? I have clients at school.
Yes.
You see? Yes. So I was like, wow, everybody else hasn't come with business, but this one is business oriented. So that is something we should nurture and make sure that she continues to keep on exploring. Maybe one day she'll find what she really wants to do.
Definitely.
How did you get that entrepreneurial spirit? It's not there in your family. Where did you get it from?
It's not in my family, but I've always said information is power. Again, it stems from your family, whether they know it or they don't. In this sense, growing up, we used to get newspapers, magazines. And I remember I was still in primary, and one of the newspapers, they featured women businesses, women entrepreneurs, and Oprah was there. She was Black. Yes. Yeah. I read her story, and I'm like, wow, are there women who are actually, doing this? Because again, you become what you see. If you're surrounded by everybody doing a certain way or do things a certain way, you're bound to be that way. But when you get a different perspective, and remember back then, I'm not a Gen Z.
Yes.
So back then it was newspapers, or magazines, or movies. And most of the movies were not so, but when it comes to magazines or newspapers, when you find a good magazine, you see women in offices, you see women wearing suits, those power suits, you see women driving cars, and then you look at them and said, it is possible.
Yeah.
If I don't see them here, but they're there somewhere.
They're somewhere
there, yes.
Yeah.
And I can be,
Yes.
You
can have a business, you can do it
Exactly.
Yes.
So that has really contributed for my mindset change because I knew the fact that the moment I knew there are women somewhere who are doing ABC, it's possible, And then when you tell someone, because most don't see them around, they tell you, it can't be done. But deep down, I've seen it. I've seen it somewhere. Yes.
It can happen.
It can happen. I've read it. It can happen. So I think I carried that. That's where my courage stemmed from. And I was looking for such kind of women. And guess what? There was one in our street.
Oh, yes. Tell me about her.
There was one in our street. Her name was Helen. So she was, you see now, I saw things in the magazine and everybody assumed like, no one is like that. Yeah. But there was one. And I spotted her. And she was 3 blocks away from where we were living. Her name was Helen. And she just graduated by then. And then she started working. So she would wear a suit, nice shoes, a good handbag. Like she would go to work. Now you start spotting. Now you start seeing the women that you want to be like, And then when I went to her place, and on Saturdays, she said, okay, make my hair or do this or comb my hair. And I would really enjoy staying there because I was looking, okay, so she went to university. So she's now having a job. So she's going to work.
How old were you then?
I was like 6.
Okay.
6 there.
You started dreaming at a very young age.
I was looking at those people. And then she was like, what do you do to work? Then she would tell me, oh, at work, this is what I do. And then that really fascinated me. Yeah. So it stemmed from getting information, being informed.
Yes, being informed and
That's
actually
it.
seeing examples.
And seeing examples.
Yes, seeing examples.
Because
you
can't be what you cannot see. Like you have to see. What do you see?
What do you see?
Who do you look at? That's how exactly you're going to be. So whenever somebody tells me contrarily, I had grounds to say, no. I won't be like
possible.
them. Yeah, this other thing is possible.
What was your mom doing? And what was your dad doing?
My dad was an engineer, retired, working with me now.
Oh!
Now he fell in love with entrepreneurship later.
Whoa.
After retirement. He came to understand it. Now we're working together. My mom was a civil servant. She was a gender and community development officer for many years. She's retired too.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you start this business and how did you spot the opportunity? Because I understand you have a working modality where you look at problems, provide solutions, and all that. You tell us about it. So how did you start?
When I was practicing as a lawyer, I joined network marketing. It was a platform where I learned. I learned about business. I learned about, purpose-driven businesses, because with network marketing, it stems from people. It has to go back to people. And I always urge even people who wants to learn business, if you want to learn business with purpose, join the network marketing businesses. It's not just about the product, but it's how the system and everything is structured and how people work as teams. Yeah. So I joined a network marketing and then just to look, okay, now how do I start? Where I'm going to, to start? That was my starting point. When I joined the network marketing, I used to sell those products. So one time I said, me being curious, me being me, I sat down and said, okay, if I can sell somebody's products this much, what if I make my products? You see, what if I make my products? Because, so for most people, we're fascinated about the product, what it does, and what the company does for them. But I took the time to study about the founder. And I loved his story. The founder, I loved his story.
Yeah.
Just from this one plant, he was able to make these products. He was able to create these systems. He was able to, touch all these people. I personally was fascinated about the founder. I didn't love the trips. I didn't love the benefits that comes. It was okay. But the founder, I really wanted to pick his brain, to pick his vision for the company. And you could say it's a global company. But it stemmed from just one person with a vision. I remember I went to my supervisors and I'm like, okay, I'm dropping this off. And they were a bit sad, like, why? This is good for you. But I said, no, I want to be the founder. Like, I want to be like this one. This is what the person that I aspire to be.
Yeah.
And they were all like, okay, go ahead, blessings. So when I went back now, I said, okay, where should I start? The detergent part was an opportunity that I saw.
Which year was that?
That was 2012, 2013. Yeah. So now the quest began because I wanted to make the detergent, but where do I begin? Where do I, learn about these things? I started to search. Then I found a place in Kinondoni. I learned, but it was theory. I went to these other colleges, the famous known, but still, I couldn't, get what I wanted. And then I went to people who were already making it.
A lawyer now learning how to make soaps.
Definitely.
Okay.
Then I went to people who were already making it. They said, when you're ready, the masters always appear. So that's how it was for me. When I found one lady, her name is Grace. She's my sister to date. She used to sell the raw materials. So whenever you sell raw materials, obviously entrepreneurs who are making stuff there.
Yes.
So they said, the only person who can help you with what you want is Grace. And then I told her what I want. She was like, okay, because I sell raw materials, you can buy and I will help you how to properly make it here. So I bought the raw materials and we made my first batch right there. I left with it.
Tell me about dropping your ego or not having an ego at all. A lawyer, joined network marketing, now trying to look for soap products to make soap. Was everybody else thinking you were crazy?
A lot of people thought I was crazy, to be precise. A lot of people. And then some people even took me pictures one time. I was coming to buy the jerrycans. I was in the Guta, sort of.
The Gutas,
yes, but those, the electric ones.
Electric ones,
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a tricycle.
Yes, like a
of
tricycle.
kind. Yeah.
Of a kind.
Okay.
So I put my jerrycans there, and business is business. You have to be, calculative with your money. And I said, okay, if I go into a dala, what if this person runs away with my stuff?
Yes.
And if I hire a taxi, how much will it be until where I'm going? I jumped off the tricycle and I was sitting on top of those jerrycans.
Of the jerrycans.
For some reason, somebody took a picture of me and then they posted it into the
Social
lawyers
media?
group.
Lawyers group.
Yes.
That means
The
someone who
alumni.
knows you
Yes.
saw you on top of jerrycans.
Yes, and took a picture and sent it to a group.
In a tricycle.
In a tricycle. I
Yeah.
said, look at this. I was so offended and I was so hurt. I left that group. But again, I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Maybe they don't get, and maybe it's not their space, and it's okay. But I knew exactly what I wanted and what I was doing.
Yeah.
So going back to where we were, it was like, what products will I make so that I can sell? And where the opportunities are, I found the opportunities are in soaps, because it was a product that you use it anyway. Like, you cannot avoid soap. And I believed, like, if you're not using my soap today, then you're using somebody else's soap today. And maybe the next day, you come across mine. So I started with the detergent. That was 2013 officially. I started making them there at where I used to buy, the raw materials. But again, the advantage of education, you get to, and seeking information, you get to read and learn what others are doing, because that's one of the things that I'm always, I put it as an issue of importance for me, learning what are others doing who are in my space. If it's soap, what are others doing? How are they doing it? What are big companies doing? Even if you start small, you're thinking, big. What are these big companies doing? Why is there soap at the shelves? Then you go to the supermarket and ask, why don't you take our soaps? Then they give you the reasons, and you go back, you fix those. Because one supermarket told me, you guys don't even put expiry date. I was like, yeah, but it's true. But the client needs to know, the expiry date.
Yeah.
The people stocking it, they need to know the expiry date, because they're also doing business. So it's not hard feelings, or it's not that they're being mean to me. It's just that I need to understand what are the requirements for me to stand with these other products that are coming elsewhere. So it's a matter, again, of information, getting the right information. So, yeah, I started making the soaps, and I started finding ways to sell them. And there I found other women entrepreneurs in groups, individually. I get to learn, okay, and somebody would tell you, I've been making soap for 5 years, but I'm just selling my neighbors, or in my church, or, people who know me. But when you look now, you get to see the problem is not the products, but everything that's around the products, when it comes to packaging, when it comes to labeling, marketing. All those were, problems that were around most women entrepreneurs, micro and macro entrepreneurs, when it comes to manufacturing. So I said, okay, I need to be different. Remember, I already have in mind what that founder has been doing.
Yes.
He made products that are here and people are using. So what has this person done? When you read about them, then you get to perfect what you have.
What you have.
Yes. There was one time I was doing marketing. I said, okay, for me, I'll target lodges. I sat down and said, you know what? Lodges, they have to use the soaps every day. Lodges, they have to use this, and this every day. I said, okay, I'll go. Then I started walking around where many lodges are. We all know the place. Where many lodges and guest houses and, mini hotels are. I walked into one with my soaps, and the manager looks at me and said, ndo wajasiriamali, eh? I was like, yeah, no, we don't take them here. I went to another. And the feedback was all the same. Ndo wajasiriamali. No, we can't take them here. But when I went back, and now I started asking myself, I have a nice product. Why are these people rejecting me? When I looked at myself, and then when I searched, I said, okay, how do salespeople, appear? That was my aha moment, that I branded the products, but I didn't brand myself.
Wow.
I was just going anyhow, hoping that someone will see the product.
Yes.
But I was also part
of the
product. Yes, I had to brand myself.
Yes.
Then I came to see these big companies, how they dress up their salespeople. They'll put them, black sneakers, black jeans, or black trousers with a T-shirt branded. I said, I'll do it. I did my 2 screen print T-shirt, my jeans, my sneakers. I had all these documents, a receipt. I printed a receipt book, a delivery notes, invoice.
Now it was serious business.
I hadn't registered yet, but I thought these are the key things that a salesperson should have. When I walked in, and I called it Malkia, actually. That's also my company. Okay. So, Malkia Industries, we're making soaps. When I walk in, the manager said, this is a new company. And I'll say, yes, this is a new company, and we have a new product. Now they took me seriously, because I also branded myself.
You branded yourself. Now you looked like a serious business, like a company.
Yes.
Not an individual who has just made products and now they're selling them door to door.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I walked in, and I remember my first big order. I got it. It was Kibo Hotel. They told me, bring, this amount of soap. It was too much. Then I didn't have that, I went back to Grace. I said, Grace, I have this order in hand. You have the materials. Let's make it, deliver. And then when we're paid, I'll give you a share. And she was like, okay, let's go for it. So from there on, the rest was history, because I started making also in bigger quantities. But again, it's the packaging. At first, I missed the packaging part. It's like, okay, having a nice product, it was enough. But I didn't, work on myself and be part of the product, because I'm there presenting the product. I had to look like someone presenting this nice product to them. So that's how it
What
started.
I'm also hearing here is, don't wait to be ready. You learn during the process. And that's how you did it. Had you waited to have the T-shirts, to have everything, to look presentable like you have a big company, maybe you wouldn't have started.
Exactly. And the feedback. Listen to feedbacks. Some feedbacks are not good. I understand. They can hurt your feelings, because you know deep down that this one is good. This one is good. Why is this person not, buying? Or why is this person saying this? Yeah, they're saying that because they have reasons why they're saying that. And now looking back, I understand why somebody rejected, because who are you? Where are you coming from? You're Jennifer, but what's the identity? You have a product. Okay, what if this brings problem? Where will we find you?
Oh, yes.
But when you go as a presentable, well-structured company or well-structured business, they understand, okay, now this is business.
Yeah.
And they're also doing business, because they don't really want to buy from an individual, especially these businesses also. They will need receipts. They will need invoice, So all the things you learn after you hear the feedbacks. But if you take the feedback in a very, very hard way and become hard on yourself, you might not learn. But if you listen carefully and ask, okay, how do you want this, to be presented to you? You may grasp a thing or two and work on it and go on to the next.
Yeah.
On to the next until you're good.
As an educator and an entrepreneur, would you please tell us the principles that guide your business?
There are 4 principles, to be precise, that are guiding compass to every business that I want to start or help somebody to start. First of all, number 1, you have to understand why. And why meaning it has to stem from empathy, understanding the pain point of those whom you want to serve. And how do you get to understand that is by listening. Listening to their problems, because at some point we design businesses or projects and then you deliver it to people and come to realize, oh, it wasn't even their problem. I'll give you an example. We have a program, the Great Ideas for Starting Things, Guest 101, for women entrepreneurs. The struggles were not business. They have clients, they have money, they're earning, but it's the investment, knowledge and readiness that was a problem to many of them. And after listening to them, we said, okay, so you need a program for investment readiness, because most of the businesses are just one-man show. When an investor comes, yes, I sell maybe 10 million or I sell 50 million.
Yes.
But there's no really ways to show that this is a sustainable business,
Oh, yeah.
So you understand their problem is not even clients. So when you say, I want to solve their problem and then how to look for clients, they say, no, we have them. We're earning money. But how do we put our money into work? How do we create wealth?
Yes.
Because wealth creation is, something continuous. You put your money into work. How do we invest? That was their questions. We have the money already. Where are the avenues we can invest? They said, now this is the program that we need to start to teach them how you can invest, how you can be investment ready. And the second thing you have to consider is look beyond profits.
How?
You look beyond profits. Whatever you do, what impact does it have? Because if it's only that profit or money drives you, then you might go to extents where, and money is endless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you have it, the more you want.
You want it. So now, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have something you're looking forward to achieve through what you're doing, you can go to an extent where it can be dangerous,
Yes.
So if only what drives you is money, because you can do things that will hurt people, you can
Just to get money.
Just to get money. You can do things that will, destroy communities around. You can do a lot of things that, will not be good to the people around or the people receiving your service just because your goal is getting money. So design with purpose. Have something that drives you. If you want to see, a certain impact. I'm in agriculture, but, I want to see we have so many yields. I want to see we have, we've reduced post-harvest loss. I want to see. So have something that, drives you. What's your purpose when you do that? And once you've done that, the next step is you build system and structures, because that's where the business is. Where there's system, where there's structures, where there's sustainability, that's where the business is. And that's what will differentiate you, and it will enable you to grow. Because if you don't have proper structures, if you don't have proper system on how to operate your business, then it's not a business. Yeah, it might look like it.
It might look like business.
Yeah, at some point it will collapse.
Okay.
Yeah, it needs foundation. It needs the structures now. It needs a proper, a solid foundation. Okay, now I've started it myself. But at some point, you have people coming in. And this is a struggle for most entrepreneurs. You're passionate. You're starting something by yourself. So it grows. Because you are the janitor, you are the CEO, you're everything, So the moment you start building team and people coming into your business do not find systems and structures to operate by, then it becomes a problem. Now you hear complaints, I can't work with people. I was better off myself. So most they choose rather to be self-employed than building businesses or companies.
And that's how many people maybe probably get stuck into the self-employment than growing into having companies.
Yes, because the lack of,
the lack of structures
and system to operate. And investors, the people who would want to invest in your business, when they come in, those are the things they look at. You have a proper structure in your business that will enable another person to come in, to buy shares, to do that, to do this. And that's how you grow. You see, they say 40% of a watermelon is better than 100% of a grape. So you said, but you find most entrepreneurs, they'll just, remain with their startups, like a baby. No, I don't want anybody to touch it. I don't want, to welcome anybody. But the fear stems from lack or not knowing how to put those things in place. Which will lead me to my fourth principle: collaborate, taste, and then you elevate. So collaboration, again, I spoke about people wanting to invest in your business. And these investors, it can be in any form. It can be a loan. So you go to a bank, you need to expand, you need a loan. They will need to come. They will have to see how is your business structured and how is their money going back. If it's somebody coming getting shit, they want to see how they'll benefit. If it's a grant, even the person offering a grant, they would want to see, because a person offering a grant, the interest is the impact. They would want to see, okay, with this structure, you're asking for $1 million and it's a team of 2 people and you want to cover the whole of maybe 6 regions. How are you going to do it? So it doesn't make sense. But if it's well structured, this is how we're going to do it. So collaborate. When it comes to collaboration, I believe whenever there is collaboration, even the impact, even the purpose of why we started becomes bigger. And this is one of the things people always would ask me, Jennifer, you do sanitary pad, but why do you also train other people to do it? Why do you why do you supply other people machines and raw materials to do it? I said, yes, I've covered this area, but this person wants to do it in Mtwara, I'm not yet there. Maybe she or he is taking that, that region. Yes, let's collaborate. Because when we collaborate, it means we're all there. And because the purpose is to keep a girl child in school. So if I say no, that means I'm denying a girl in Mtwara a sanitary pad that will enable her to go in school. I'm not even denying this person who wants to open a production area profit. No, because that's minor.
Yes.
You see? So because I'm purpose driven, I get to see beyond the profit this person will get. Or this person will sell the pads. No, it's not about this person. Actually, maybe this person is even not in need of the pad. But there are other girls who will benefit from this person that I'm denying the service.
Goes back to number 2, impact.
Yes, impact. So when you collaborate, you make sure you make your impact goes bigger. I've trained people in Komoro. I've trained people in Congo. Now I am happy sitting here saying, for that person I trained there, they're producing. That means there are girls in Congo who are benefiting that. Yeah. So all that is collaboration. And when you collaborate, now you make the number 2 bigger. You make your impact bigger. You make your purpose bigger. You see, when you have structures and then investors come in, that's also collaboration. You can collaborate with financial institutions. You can collaborate with angel investors. There are people who are having money and they're looking for places to put their money so that they can have a number 2, impact. So it all circles around there. Yeah, so I'm for profit. I don't say I don't like profit. I do. But also I'm for impact. And
there has to be a balance.
There has to be a balance.
Now we have heard of the principles, and I would like us to go into the details of the principles. For instance, principle number 1, where you look for solutions, engage people, understand what actually is the real problem. How have you implemented that in your business in a way that someone else can learn from you and see that, okay, so this is how I go about it?
Arizona started from the pain point of what I went through, in the sense that I started production manufacturing in 2013. And I was looking for places where I could learn where to make my products competitive, like those who are coming outside the country. So along the way, as I told you, went around. Along the way, I met someone and said, Jennifer, go to Nairobi and learn. So I went. There is a small college there. So when I came back, I really made nice products. And my fellow women entrepreneurs would say, Jennifer, teach us. So I used to do classes Saturdays. So there was organizations of women would come together and I would teach them the new formulation on how to formulate soap. Ooh. And I sat back and everybody, and they were coming from other regions, by the way. And I sat back, I said, okay, everybody is struggling with that. You know, that's their pain point. Where do we get the updated formulation? Where do we get the good ways, you know, on how to make these products and make them stand and competitive like those big brands that we see? So that's where Arizona was born. So I registered a college officially. So I started trainings 2015 around there. And 2019 officially, I registered a college. Instead of people going, because I was directing people to go to where I went, Nairobi.
Yeah, Nairobi, Kenya.
I asked for a collaboration with a professor there. Said, okay, I want to do something here in Tanzania, exactly like what you're doing, you know, there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of women, there are a lot of people who would want to learn. And he said, okay. So I opened Arizona out of my personal experience, out of my personal struggles, that you do not have to struggle like I did for you to learn. It was the same when I was learning reusable pad. I started reusable sanitary pads in 2014. By then, when you tell someone there is a sanitary pad you can wash, they're looking at you like, why? But India was doing it. Kenya was doing it. There was Safi pad by then. They were big brands. And I was like, okay, I'll do it anyway. So all my struggles, all my pain point, together with my fellow women and youth and everybody who wanted to learn manufacturing, I said, I'm opening a college, a place where people would come learn. Not just learn products that are up to date, formulations that are up to date, like the ones that, you know, they get out there. So from 2019 up to now, my goodness, we've trained more than 5,000 people.
I would like us to talk a little bit about skills before we get to your second point. I remember when we were in secondary school, specifically Form 1, we used to have needlework, cookery classes. Sometimes there were some who used to make ghee and yogurt and everything. But those things are not taught in schools right now. And they have to come to vocational training centers like yours to learn skills. What are we denying this generation, really? Like, I feel like that's a lot that we are denying them.
Skills are everything to me. Whenever we are, wherever you are, it's somebody's work of hand surrounding you. And they're making a living or an income out of it, right? Yes. So when it comes to skills, if we really want to help the youth, issues of employment, self-employment, you have to have skills. And skills that enable you to produce. You see? Why is everybody going to China? Because the Chinese have the skills to do it. They have the skills to make clothes. They have the skills to make electronics. They have the skills to make furniture. They have the skills to make everything. But we also have our skills to make those things. The carvings. You know, Africans, we're good when it comes to carving. And there are some communities that's their specialty, if you ask me. The Makonde.
Yes.
They used to carve those things. So when it comes to fashion, when it comes to, you know, cooking, we have a wide range of types of food, whatever. Cuisines, yes. So we just need the skills on how to do it. And skills are very important from the young age to whoever who will listen to this podcast. You have to learn a skill. You have to know how to do something. We need to learn. We need skills.
And we need to stop suppressing kids' talents. Because I know so many kids who are talented than those who are not talented. Like, and those who are not talented, it's not like because they're not talented. I think they were restricted a lot at a young age, like stop this, stop that. So they stopped expressing themselves. But so many kids, oh my goodness. I know a kid who calls himself a Tesla expert, and he knows about Tesla that I wish he was allowed or he was put in media to explain about those cars.
Exactly.
And I know a kid who writes stories, another one sketches, but these things are seen as ordinary. Like, oh, my kid is curious. Oh, he loves cars.
Yes.
Oh, he loves sketching. But we don't make sure that they gain more skills so that they can explore and find themselves, possibly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Become an expert
And
in that what they do.
Yeah.
And monetize it.
How does one find balance between making money and impact? Because some people give up and they're told you gave up too soon. And then some continue with the mission and they're like, you stayed with the mission for too long. Yes, I want to make profit. I want to have an impact, but I should not overstay my welcome in this business.
It's very interesting because it's very tricky at some time, because when you're driven also with passion, you forget other parts. You know, you're just happy that things are happening, and the business is suffering. You're just happy that you've touched so and so, but hey, your numbers.
I'm happy I'm doing the podcast, but how are the numbers?
How are the numbers? Exactly. So it needs balance. It needs balance. And that's why we have number 1 and number 3. Number 1 is you would know you've overstayed. Maybe you didn't really understand what were the pain point. Because once you do, you'll see the impact and the returns. You get the point.
Yes, I
so
get the point.
Whenever something is not working, you just need to check on the 4 principles. Okay, why is only impact, and I don't see, money coming in? Unless you're an angel. But if you're a business, you need to see, something coming in. So you have to go back to number 1 and say, okay, do I really understand what I'm doing here? Or maybe I should just sit back and do it all over again. Because at some point, the impact can be there. I'll give you an example. You're saying, I'm a DJ. I'm in this village. I want people to be happy. I want people, to do Zumba, to do this, because it's part of exercise. It's part of this. It's part of that. And then you're on the football, maybe you're on the football ground. You've done your setup. And every day people come. They're happy. They're dancing. But are they paying?
Are they paying? Yes.
So you need to go to the structures and systems to put, okay, how can I make money out of this? Yes, they're happy. Yes, they've come to dance. Yes, they've come to watch the movie. Yes, they've come to, get my service. But what's the system? What are the structures to make these people, pay? Are they paying? So you need to find balance in all the 4. If it's the service, they have to pay for it. Is this pricing good for them? Is this pricing? All these dynamics, you need to look them carefully. And you might miss it on the first go, but you have to revisit your plan, they say. Because when you do a business plan, it's never final. There's always room to go back, improve. Go back and improve. Oh, this worked. Okay. How do I, make this? Or it can be 3 months, they test it, and then after 3 months, you start paying. Now people have used to it. Now everybody wants it. So it's just how you structure your business.
Yeah.
And that's how it's just going to be. And it's a vessel. A business is a vessel.
Yeah.
A business is how you put it. So there's always room for improvement. There's always room to restructure it. Said, okay, this didn't work. Let me try this. Maybe this will work according to this, When you have systems, when you have structures, it's when also you get data. Okay, maybe I won't charge every day. Maybe Saturdays and Sunday is when I will, because they're coming with, okay, what I'm charging, is it enabling me, to continue with this business, to operate this business, to all these days that I'm not charging? So you have to look at all dynamics, and it's a continuous thing.
Okay, to a thinker and builder somewhere who is listening to you and they're like, okay, my business has to make business sense now. I know my impact, but we have to make business sense. And I'm struggling with pricing. What should they do? Because some of them are afraid to overprice, others are afraid to underprice, others are like, let me just do this and get into the market. Yeah, you also do training. So I believe some consultancy, you have to price as well. So what is it that you think will help them?
First of all, understand what you're offering, the value of what you're offering, and who you're offering to. Because struggling with pricing, I think most of the entrepreneurs, including myself, we struggled with how to price, as you're saying. But after you learn that pricing is not just that end amount you end up saying, it has to also make sense to your business. Pricing does not have just to make sense to the person you're offering. You understand?
Yes.
It also has to make sense to your business, because your business depends on that for it to thrive.
I like that.
So if you're looking it on one angle, that I need to make this person happy because my price is a bit lower, then you're lying to yourself and you're killing your business. If you're offering value that you yourself, you're not comfortable buying or purchasing or spend money on, then we can also feel it. You get it? So it's not just about the number. It's about you understanding the value that you offer and you understanding the market, the people you're servicing. You have to be realistic. You see, you have to be realistic to them and to yourself, because money is the blood of the business. Like how it circulates, it's like blood. You see? But if you keep giving, and there's no circulation in you, you're automatically out of business. And there's a business and entrepreneurs, you said, but I saw you selling a lot. What happened? Yes, they were selling a lot, but it didn't make sense to the business.
Yes.
It only made sense to the people who are buying.
Who are buying it.
So you need to be realistic. And being realistic is understand the value of what you're serving. If you're making cake, if you're using real butter, your price should be different to someone who's using margarine.
Are there generic systems that every business should have? Like it's a rule of the thumb that you have implemented in your business and you think that these are generic?
The financial systems are very, very important. And these days we're even lucky that the applications that can, prepare you so many things, the invoices, they can do your numbers, they can prepare your statements and whatnot. We're in an era where it's even easier to operate businesses, because most things are automated now.
Yes.
Most things you pay, you download, you start using. Yeah. So the financial system is very important, because, hey, that's what also keeps your business going. The management system. And it doesn't have to be, as I'm saying, a bigger company. No. Even if it's a smaller company, even if it's 2 people, how are we managing this business? Those are the key things that, you should ask yourself as an entrepreneur, because today you're open, tomorrow you're not. It brings confusion and it limiting growth, I would say. But positioning yourself as a big company, position yourself as a company who knows what they're doing, or a business who really knows what they're doing and value their customers, it has to start early. The human resource, I would say, but also depending on the size of the business. But it's also very important to be there. How are we dealing with our employees, our people, the customer service part is also very important. How are we engaging with our customers?
Yeah.
How are we retaining? Are they coming back, or do we just have new customers every day? And why, And data. Data is very important. We're in an era now where data is almost everything. So once you have the data of what's going on in your business, your sales, everything, it will be easy for you to make also decisions, because through data you make decisions. Through data you make improvements. Through data you change things. You see, and we have nice, good systems to track that. Yeah, you can just pay, download, and say, okay, I'm using this to record phone calls a day, or maybe customers a day, or and then in the span of 1 month, 6 months, you'll see, okay, why Wednesdays? We get this,
so many calls on
so
Wednesdays.
many calls. Why? Now you're starting to find ways to capitalize on the day, or maybe to advertise more on the day, or to put something on the day. So that's how it goes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So having data systems that you can have data in your business is very important. But again, it doesn't have to start all together. You can start with one part, be good at it, and then go to the other part.
Yeah.
And that's also where the importance of experts and consultants and everybody who has the knowledge come in.
Yes.
So you can also seek for help. And okay, I want to build this business. I need an expert who, will guide me to do this faster.
Yeah.
Mentors, that's where they come in. Having a mentor it's very important because something that would have taken you 5 years can take you 1 year, 2 years, or 6 months. Yeah, there's no glory in suffering.
Yes, there's no glory.
There's no glory in suffering.
Tell me about it.
If you can get help,
if you can
help.
Always ask. Tell us about collaborations and how they have changed your business to what it is right now. But also individual collaborations with people that are close to you. Like you also spoke about your dad. Your dad is now into your business. He's retired. What does he bring to the table? Like, how do you pick people who brings value to your table, and how do you work with them? This is family.
Yes.
It's your dad. How do you go back to your dad and be like, Dad, I think you're messing up here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see collaboration is very important.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no growth without collaboration. You cannot grow alone. You cannot move alone. I mean, forget it. You cannot escape collaboration if you want to grow in business. You need to collaborate. You need to work with others because collaboration would come in different forms. Some collaborations will be just about knowledge sharing. Some will be financing. Some will be human resources. Some will be, whatever form that it comes. So when it comes to collaboration, it's very important. But again, we're going back. Your collaborations should find your systems. And that's where the boundaries of your collaborations are. Because collaborations without systems and structures, it's a mess. Yeah. You're asking about my dad. We're collaborating because he's an expert. He has a good background in chemistry. He's well knowledgeable there, and we have a cosmetology course that requires such background. So he went, he learned, he came back as a trainer. Found a business that has structures and system. So he is a lead trainer in cosmetology. So
after retiring, he went to study again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that, he inspires me in the sense that retirement is not the end. So he's been an engineer for 40 years. And now he's known for something completely different. He inspired me in the sense that, wow, okay, so we thought you had an engineer in you only. No, but there is a Walim also in you after 40 years.
After 40 years.
Yeah, so he went back, he learned cosmetology now, he's our lead trainer on that. So that's a collaboration I needed. And if it were to hire an expert
like him,
it would have cost so much for our business, and probably we would not afford him. Yes. Someone with a 40-year experience. So collaboration is what made it possible. You see? So let's collaborate in this. You have an expertise. We have this platform. Let's collaborate. And these are our terms for our collaboration. So it works that way. So collaborations should find your systems and structures in place for you to bring other people in to the space. And I've seen many businesses change just because they've met an investor who wants the business to be that way.
Oh, so the investor didn't find system, and then they're bringing in their systems and cultures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, their system, their culture into it. But you know why you're doing that on the first place.
Yeah, you should have defined it.
Yes, from the first place. Even organizations that you collaborate with, are they of the same value with what you're doing? Do they bring same value? Do they have the same values that your organization has, that you're collaborating with? So all these are the key things that you put for you first before engaging another person. Through the sanitary part, we're collaborating with NGOs. those grassroots NGOs who are going on the ground, educating people about menstrual hygiene management. You know, so does your company can do that in every region? No. Let's collaborate. You see, through Arizona, we cannot sponsor out of school youth. We do not have the funds to do that, to teach them for free. But there are other organizations who have the funds and they're sponsoring, and then we're coming together and then we do it. You see? So collaboration, if you are an impact-based business, if you want a big impact, you have to collaborate.
Let's say I have a business and I want to attract collaborations. How do you attract the right collaborations?
First of all, positioning, how you've positioned your business. Have you positioned your business for collaboration? Or this collaborator would come in and find a mess. And in what space are you working on? Because in every space, there are others like you who are working in the space. So if it's youth empowerment, who is working on youth empowerment? Who has interest in youth empowerment? There are those who are working and those who have interest. And who is funding that space? So you might find it's an oil company, but their CSR, they want to give skills to youth.
Yes.
So you need to identify who is in your space and who is interested or has interest in your space that you can work with. And then you present now your agenda. If it's a proposal, if it's a pitch, that, hey, I've seen you're interested in, skilling the youth around this mining that you're doing, blah, blah, blah. This is what we do. These are the services that you offer. So it's their turn now. If you meet now their criteria, they said, okay, but we are looking for a company that we can get an AFD machine receipt. We are looking, bring your 3-year audited reports.
Financial reports,
So the work is not out there. The work is in.
It's in.
Yeah, for a business, the work is in. So you have to make sure that you're properly structured, put in place before you go. Seek people to come in.
Do you ever look at yourself and feel like you have arrived at where you have always wanted to be? Or it keeps growing?
Speaking of arrival, no, I haven't arrived. and I don't consider, because again, it's every new phase or every, when you think that, okay, maybe this is it, it's not. You find there's so much to be done. You find there's so much personal growth to do. You find there's so much to, to change, to grow. I mean, no, I haven't arrived, and I don't think I will ever arrive in the sense that there is so much to be done, and the dream is so big in the sense that we're not even a quarter of what we want to do. If it's skills, because, okay, I have a dream, one household, one skilled person, at least. There should be one skilled person in any field, you see? So achieving that, I know it takes a lot, it will take a lot. And it won't just end with me. I know it's a 50-year, 100-year plan, to achieve one household, one skilled person. So I'm still growing. And that's why I'm seeking collaborations left, right, and center. And I'm so happy I'm here. This is also part of the collaboration because we are airing this out and people are going to hear about this. And please, let's collaborate. This is my call. I'm calling out now. All the collaborators, all the people like you who can hear, air things like this, and people can hear, people can get to understand, and there's so much opportunities in this sector. Skills development, manufacturing, production, making things. I mean, there's so much endless opportunities.
As thinkers and builders, we understand the importance of having skills. In order for thinkers to build, they need to have relevant skills. Jennifer has been generous and kind enough to grant our request, and that is to give 15% discount to anyone and everyone who will enroll to their course at Arizona Vocational Training College from now to December 2025. And it's so simple. Contact them and tell them Thinkers and Builders Arizona 123. That's your code. So upon watching this podcast, take this code Thinkers and Builders Arizona 123 and contact Arizona Vocational Training College. Simple. Pay for yourself, pay for your loved one. Now, let's go back to the 6 years old you who was shuffling through magazines and visiting all those pages, seeing Oprah, and the lady in your street who was working, had just graduated. Looking at the journey from there to now, what would you have told yourself then that now you have clarity, that the 6 years old you?
I think it's simple. You can do it. And it can be done. And you have the power to do it. Those would be so encouraging then, because because at that point you're still seeking the validation around and still seeking that guidance that, am I doing it right? Is it okay to do it? Am I doing it? Am I not, making a mistake? So someone telling me that it's okay, you can do it, it can be done, and you have the power to do it would change a lot. The second guessing, the fear wouldn't be there. That am I doing it right? Am I doing too much? Am I doing it too much? Is it okay if I do it? So it would remove all those second guessing, second thoughts that I had.
At some point you spoke about fear to make mistakes and fail. What is the biggest mistake you have ever done in business and you wish no one else should repeat it? Like it's so obvious, so someone else can learn that.
I think one of the biggest mistake is starting out without knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into, without understanding the business first. So the businesses you try, just because you're told it's nice, it pays.
Okay.
So, and then you don't really understand
the business
side of it. Yeah. And another one was, I wish I had a mentor when I started. Yeah. I wish I had a mentor from day one.
From day one.
Yes. Yeah. I wish I had that guidance. So, and this is, I tell everybody, find somebody who has done something that you believe you can learn from, and let them guide you at some point. Even if in the management side, if this person has done something in any area of your business, you think they can guide you and you have a person to report to, do that.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't seek for mentors because it's like, I'm just starting, I'm still building, but if you get mentors, you learn a lot more from them and you avoid so many mistakes. And you become accountable. You don't have a board or what, but your mentor will be like, hey.
Yes, how far?
How far? Yes.
How far?
Yes, how far?
Just someone to check you and ask, so this week have you sold?
Yes.
And you wake up like, okay, I need to sell.
Yes.
But the mentality of reporting to no one but God, no.
Yes.
Don't do it. Report to God, but also
Yes.
find people to guide you. Find guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't do it alone.
Wow. As a high achiever, what keeps you grounded and you're calm, always wearing a smile, no stress? It's not like, all the time I'm stressed, I have business and all that, but you're always grounded.
The very first thing is, I think, incorporating my faith. My faith in what I do, and believe that what I'm doing it for a good cause. You see, it might not work now, but I believe my source is watching over. You see, and if the source is watching over, I believe I'm just a medium, I'm just a vessel. So there is a source that's putting through everything through me. So me being a vessel, I need to be in a proper condition where to receive so that I can give. You see?
Yes.
I don't really take ownership. No, this is me. This is stressing me out. No. I know If something is not working, I have somewhere to go to and say, something is not working here.
Something is not working.
How do we do it? Yeah. So through my faith, I find it very relieving. And I don't have to stay in fear or stress, thinking of, so what's going to happen? What's next? No, I just understand I'm the vessel. That's it. I'm just a medium to, to do all these things. If it's to impact, if it's to, through me, that this other person has got this and this and this, but it's not me. It's just through me. So it can also be through somebody else. It can also be through this other person.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I have enjoyed having this conversation with you.
Me too.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you grow and secure more partnerships and all. This is a platform for us to share knowledge, experience with other thinkers and builders. Thank you for accepting to come to our podcast.
Thank you so much.